He said that robots automation will take up to 800 million jobs by 2030. It's going to replace 800 million jobs. So my question is, while certain jobs are going to be replaced by RPA or these automations, right? What kind of, I believe there will be many more new jobs that you have shared, right? Are you able to share probably in more details, while some jobs are gone, what are the jobs that could be created and people will around, how, I mean, what's there for us?
So maybe let me take that first. I just want to take a pointer from just now I saw the Isa's slide deck that you see this thing called the Center of Excellence. Now, personally, just the other day I was just talking to Sundar and he was telling me that 3 years ago, I didn't even know what a robot was in this context, right? But yet, you know what, he's my colleague. We are colleagues in a company called Automation Anywhere, a company that I didn't even know 3 years ago, right? Working in a job that I didn't even know exists like 3 years ago, selling automation. Now, here's the thing. When you have a COE, Center of Excellence, some of the jobs that's going to be coming up will be the ones that you wouldn't have heard of before because you're managing things that wasn't there 3 years before, right? So when you have boards, you have to have a board manager. You're going to have a board solution architect. You're going to have an RPA program manager to see how all these boards interact with each other, how it's being scheduled, how it's going to be implemented. One important thing is also HR, especially, one of the scope is going to be changed. HR in today's context is a lot in terms of the usual HR thing, you manage humans. But one of my customers told me something which I found profoundly insightful. He said that when he bought the software, he feels that he's actually shaping his workforce for the next 3 years rather than buying an IT software per se. So maybe at this point, what I would do is I will like my colleague Sundar to espouse a little bit in terms of the skill set maybe and also the kinds of specific job roles that will be available, could be available, not could be, will be available and is already available today.
Right, so the question everyone asks is what I try to put it as is a myth, it's a big myth, is robots going to take my job away. Okay, so this is what happened like in 10 years back or 20 years back when .com came to effect, right? So everything became .com, e-commerce was a big thing, and the myth was it's going to take up the jobs, right? It's going to like an end of retail industry, it's going to end of human workforce. Okay, then just imagine like ATM machines. Okay, so you didn't have ATM machines 30 years back, right? So every time you want to draw money, you go and queue up in a bank, right? You queue up and then you withdraw the bank. So moment ATM was introduced, everyone said banks, people who are working bank, they're going to go jobless. They're going to have no job. But on the contrary, what happened? The banks were able to reach out to more people. The banks were able to get more customers. The banks were able to employ more people in their industry. Okay, this is how the technology is actually synergized with the human workforce, can uplift or drive the growth in a specific industry. Okay, recently, like you guys know industrial robots, right? So when industrial robots came into effect, manufacturing lines became automated. Okay, people started to lose jobs, but it was not the case. After 6 years, from 2008 to 2014, in the study, the manufacturing jobs have actually gone up from 60% to 80%. Okay, so these are the studies. So how is it possible to actually have a disruption with the technology? How is it possible that it's actually creating more jobs? It's creating more growth. So the answer lies in the question. Okay, so basically it's fueling the growth of the company. Okay, you are able to serve a specific industry or a specific region. Now with the technology, you can serve multiple regions, multiple industries. You can reach out, basically, right? So exactly the same way, when the cloud technology was involved, right? So people said, you're not going to have servers, everything is going to be in cloud, right? All your servers are running in the cloud. But just look at it now. So we have companies like AWS, Azure, GCP, Microsoft, right? So all these are in the cloud and it's creating numbers of jobs, hundreds of jobs that are not there before the technology was was evident, or technology was born, right? Similarly, in the RPA, when we just say RPA, but it's not just a robot will create its own processes. Robot's not gonna run on its own. Robot will still need the humans to create the robots, right? And in the RPA in specific industry, since I'm in RPA, we are from the RPA, so today's topic is RPA. So in RPA itself, there are multiple roles for the humans, what we need to play to have a successful RPA, right? So we have roles starting from a business analyst. Okay, so business analysts are very important for an RPA project to be successful. When I say business analyst, you guys know your process. Maybe you are from HR, you are from procurement, maybe you are from IT, right? You have your own processes, right? So someone is joining a new company as HR, all the processes, onboarding processes that you will do. So you understand the business process. Similarly, if you are IT operator or IT admin, so you need to maintain your servers, your infrastructure, your network, your security. There are going to be new jobs going to be added for RPA. You need to support that RPA infrastructure. So if you're IT, if you're great in IT, you got a new job. If you are a business, and if you are very good in your business, you understand your processes, you have a new job. If you're a program manager or you're a project manager, you need RPA to be managed, right? So every project will have a manager, and especially for RPA because it's robots. So you need a specific skill to manage the robots, right? So you need an RPA manager. You have a developer, right? So we have developers, we have coders who create codes, who creates, currently whatever we have right now in the coding industry. They can adapt to RPA, and it becomes much more easier, simpler way to create bots as well, right? So we have a lot of new roles being added, and tons of new roles. So even if you just Google JobsDB or JobStreet or any of the job sites, look for RPA. There are easily about 500 job openings in Singapore, just in Singapore, and it's going to only go higher and higher, right? For all the different these roles that I was talking about, from business analyst, from RPA manager, from a developer, from a support, from IT. So no matter what is your background, right? So you're a manager or a business or IT, you have a role to play, and you have to play that role to bring the RPA to the next level. So even though it's disrupting in a good way, it's actually making the human workforce upgrade themselves, right? Or do something different, something better than just doing the same stuff over and over and over again. Okay, so that's why I think, Danny, how the industry is going to evolve, and then it's going to create more jobs than it's going to take away.